Hello, my YouTube family. How are you doing? Today I'm going to reveal whether my visa was approved or rejected. So, before I tell you the decision of my visa interview, let me tell you some of the things which are very important for a visa interview. I noticed that first thing that is most important is the confidence. Okay, confidence is the most important thing if you want to avail the US visa. Now I saw with my own very eyes so many candidates being rejected. Okay, I was in the long queue waiting for my turn, and I literally saw that how people spoke and why they were rejected. So my first important thing that I would like to tell you is that communication skills are very important for a visa interview. Okay, for everything, but I'm particularly talking about today the visa interview. So I appeared in Islamabad US Embassy. My interview lasted about 3 minutes, but some of the candidates that I saw, their interview lasted for 30 seconds, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. So my interview almost lasted for 3 minutes. So I'll also tell you some of the questions that the visa officer asked me. As I told you, the communication skills. Now, visa officer is going to communicate with you about your studies, about the purpose of visiting the USA, and about what your stay there, where you would stay. All these things, you should be clear about. So many people ask that what are some of the things that we should keep in mind when we appear for a visa interview. So these are things that you should be clear about. You should be totally clear about your plan, your stay, why you are going, your purpose. If you are going for a study exchange program, as I am going for a study exchange program, so I should know the objectives of my program. I should know that why I'm going there. So this is the first question that the visa officer would ask you: why are you going to the United States? So before I tell you all these details, so I don't want to keep you about the decision that whether my visa was rejected or approved. So when visa officer would approve your visa, he would give you a blue kind of paper. Okay, on it would be written that your visa was approved. If the visa is rejected, either the visa officer would give you the yellow page. Okay, and on it would be written that your visa is rejected, and there would be written any reason. For example, maybe for home ties, or if it's not, then it would be written other than home ties. And visa officer can also give you the yellow page. So the white page is for administrative process. So your application is rejected and your case is in the administrative process. So my visa application was approved. Okay, so you can see it's written your visa is approved. Okay, now I saw many people in front of me whose visas were rejected. Now, what are some of the keys that your visa can be approved? I'll tell you today. Because earlier I had just been asking people, watching YouTube videos and all these things, but now I have the real experience and I can tell you the authentic information. So first of all, the visa officer asked me, why are you going to the USA? Okay, so I told according to my exchange program. Okay, so I'm going for professional development as I'm a teacher. So this program is for my professional development, and I told very clearly, okay, the objectives of my program. The second question the visa officer asked me, who is the sponsor of this program? Okay, so if you are going for any study visa, if you have got any scholarship like me, then you should be very clear about the program sponsor. The visa officer would also look at your DS-19 form. Okay, in my another video I would show you my DS-19 form and tell you about this. And once you enter in the US consulate or US embassy, first of all, the first screen that the page that the officer would open is your DS-160. I'll also tell you what is your DS-160 and how to fill it in my other video. So today I'm just focusing on the interview. Okay, so in the interview, you should be very confident first, and then whatever questions the visa officer is asking, you should give precise answers and don't go into too many details. I'm not saying that you shouldn't tell the details, but you should tell in a way that visa officer finds his answer, and you just answered his question. Okay, so the next question that visa officer asked me is what is your qualification, meaning what is the highest degree you have. Now I didn't see this question being asked from any other who were in my line. Maybe their visa was different. Okay, so he asked me that what is your highest qualification, and I told. And now here you have to remember, for example, if you have masters, say, then you should just don't, visa officer would ask you what is your highest qualification, then you shouldn't say I have masters, or you shouldn't say that I have MPhil. Now if you say this, the visa officer would need to ask you again from where, okay, from what subject. So don't bother the visa officer for these details. For example, when he asked me, I told that I have masters in English literature from this university. Okay, so from XYZ university. So you can tell the whole answer that I have this degree from this university, and with you can also add your passing out year. Okay, now next question the visa officer just asked me was about what do you hope to learn from this program. Okay, now this is very important question. Here the visa officer wants to see your intentions. Okay, so here the visa officer is going to see whether you are interested in this program or you have some other intentions. Okay, so you have to satisfy the visa officer that I'm going to go and engage in the activities there at the university. Okay, so I forgot to tell you, there was another question which the visa officer earlier asked me, that what university you would be visiting. Okay, and what are some of the places that you would be visiting. So here you should know your plan A to Z. So if in my case, I'm not going to stay in one state all the time, so I would visit 2-3 states. So you should be very clear about it. The visa officer would ask you, if he in your case, if he doesn't ask, it's up to the visa officer whatever questions he asks, but he can ask you. Okay, so what other places or states you would visit. Okay, so when the visa officer asked me that what do you hope to learn from this program, I very clearly told the visa officer that why this program is important for me. And here another thing that I added was that I somehow directly or indirectly showed my home country ties. So I just reflected that this program is not just important for me, for my school, and I told that it's going to be a change maker for my home country. Okay, so it's going to be a big change maker program. It can bring about a change in my country. So here when I just added these words, the visa officer just looked at me this way. So you have to show your home ties directly or indirectly. Kind of indirectly you have to add home ties to your other responses. For example, the visa officer would ask you that how would you what would you do when you come back. And in fact the visa officer asked me. Okay, now here I told the visa officer that whatever skills, knowledge I'm going to learn there, I would apply it into my classrooms. and beyond my classrooms. I would share this knowledge with my friends who are teaching, with the fellow school teachers, and I would conduct professional development trainings. Okay, so these things are very important. So that was the last question the visa officer asked me. Okay, so what do you plan to do when you come back? Okay, so these were some of the tips that I gave you. These are some of the things that I told you about my interview. And last thing, the visa officer that he gave me, along with this blue page, he gave me this white page. Now what's this white page? On this it's written that are you coming to the United States temporarily to work or study? So know your rights. Now on this page, what are my rights is the, a temporary citizen or temporary worker, or the temporarily student that I'm coming to the United States. What are some of my rights? So in any case, in any situations, if you are bothered, if you are bullied, or if you are kind of harassed, how you can ask for help from the law enforcement agencies. Okay, so every details are given in this page. Okay, so until the next video, I'll leave here. Okay, so hopefully you learned some of the things if you are planning for coming to the United States. So stay tuned, and I'll share more tips, and I'll also focus on the scholarship that I have got, and I'll tell you more things about these things so that you can apply and you can also avail these opportunities. Okay, thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so now, and hit the like button as well. It tells the YouTube algorithm that this video is important. Okay, and if you would share, I would appreciate. Thank you very much. Have a good day.